How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys a tips and tricks tutorial video for Animal Crossing New Horizons on Nintendo Switch. This video is going to show you guys the fastest and most efficient way of paying off your very first 5,000 Nook Mile debt within the game. So, once you guys do so, you'll be able to start building a house and actually massively changing your town. So thanks so much for watching. If you guys didn't already subscribe, make sure you guys do so that you guys are updated on the latest and greatest Animal Crossing New Horizons content. So without further ado, let's jump on into the fastest ways that you guys can earn Nook Miles. So to give you guys a little bit of context, you are going to need 5,000 Nook Miles or 49,000 bells, whatever comes faster. But this video is all about the 5,000 miles. So let's show you guys in a specific, most efficient order on how you guys are going to get the most miles. So right over here, as soon as you click on the Nook Miles within your Nook phone, you can indeed get a free amount of 500 Nook Miles by clicking on this one here, the name of your town, Miles. So press the A button and then you could start claiming that. Alright, so the very first ones are going to be things that you are not going to need any tools or any catching for. And these are going to be the very easy freebie ones. So next up is going to be a 300 mile post on the bulletin board. So head on over to the bulletin board, which is right next to resident services. You can type anything on there and then cash it in for an easy 300. Next up is going to be the island shutter bug. So if you go to the menu on your Nook phone, you can indeed snap a picture anywhere you want and you'll automatically get an easy 300 for that one. Another easy one that's coming up is going to be called the edit credit, where you guys can click on your passport, and then once you're in the passport menu, you can adjust it or edit it by clicking the A button, and then you can add a short comment to your profile, or you can mess around with your actual passport photo. So once you add any kind of little phrase over there and you exit out, you'll be greeted with the very easy customize your profile 300 Nook points for that. All right. Next up is going to be another very simple one. All you have to do is open this up and go over to custom designs. Go over to one of the blank templates over this way, and then you can literally type anything or put any kind of design. You can name it whatever you want. As long as you make yourself a simple pattern, you can get the 500 reward of Nook Miles. Now, next up is going to be Nook Phone Life. This one just happens to show up the more you use the Nook phone. So just keep on going into the menu and you'll be able to get that one. Now is the part where you're going to have to start walking around. Talk to your two in-game villagers. Just talk to them once and you'll be able to get the Island Togetherness, which will equate to about 300 Nook Miles for you there. Now, once you're moving around and collecting things on the ground, your inventory is going to give you guys a whole bunch of different things that you don't need. So head on over to Timmy inside Resident Services, and you can indeed sell all your unwanted stuff, such as seashells, flowers, any kind of weeds that are on the ground. You can sell all that, and then once you sell it for the very first time, you'll be greeted with this one, the Seller of Unwanted Stuff, for a total of 300 Nook Miles. Super easy. All right, so while you're coming around, you'll notice you'll have a whole bunch of trees with native fruits on them. Mine happens to be cherries. So as long as you shake the trees and collect about 20 of them, and you sell those 20 fruits over to Timmy and Tommy in the resident services, you'll be able to unlock an interesting one, which is called Pick of the Bunch. Now, don't get too crazy with selling your fruit simply because they're going to fetch for a lot more money in another town, especially since they're non-native. All right, next up is going to be Greedy Weeder. Now, as you guys know, there's so many different weeds on the ground, and as you press the button on them, you're going to collect a whole bunch. Each specific weed sells for about 10 bells a pop. Now, you can come over here, you can stack 99 weeds in one item slot, which is awesome. And as you sell them, you're going to get almost 1,000 bells just for cleaning up the town. So I think that that's great. Now, your very first achievement is going to be called Greedy Weeder. And as you do it for the very first time, you will sell 50 of them for an easy 300 Nook Miles. Now, you can take it a step further. As you guys are clearing up the different weeds in your town, you guys will be able to see that if you sell him a total of 200 different weeds, of course, by simply walking around and pressing the Y button, you will be able to be greeted with this awesome Nook Miles of easy 500. Love it. Okay, So the more you talk to Tom Nook and the more creatures you give him simply from fishing or catching bugs, you're going to unlock even more DIY recipes. You'll get a DIY recipe at the very beginning of the game. You can talk to your villagers for DIY recipes, but this is the way that you're going to get the most of them. And while you're doing it, you're going to unlock Blathers by donating 5 things to Tom Nook. So he kind of teases that Blathers is here. You donate some things over to him, and then he'll pocket them. And then eventually he'll start saying, oh, hey, this kind of gives me more DIY recipes that we can share. So he's going to give you the recipe for the bug net. He'll give you the recipe for the axe. Pretty much all sorts of different things that you guys can use in order to get even more Nook Miles. So that's how you unlock all the different tools in the game. So once you have unlocked about 10 DIY recipes within the game, you will have this one. It's going to be called Have a Nice DIY, and that'll be worth 300 Nook Miles. All right, so now that you have access to the basic tools, head out there and start fishing. Once you collect 10 different fish, or just 10 fish in general, you guys will be able to claim the Master Angler, or Angling for Perfection. Likewise, if you catch 10 bugs in the game, they don't have to be different. You can catch the same yellow butterfly or the same common butterfly. You're going to be able to do the additional 300 Nook Miles. Now, right over this way, as you're going to be catching bugs and catching fish, your fishing rod and or bug net will break. And the moment that it breaks, you can indeed go into the menu and you can claim an additional 300. Now, for the home stretch, this one's going to be super fun. So all those bugs that you caught, you're going to need to head on over to your house. This is the fastest way of doing it. Grab whatever you have, and you're going to need to put literally 5 things within your house in order to unlock the next achievement, which is called Horde Reward. So it doesn't have to be 5 fish. It can be your Nintendo Switch, your cot. You can throw like 3 fish inside there. It doesn't necessarily matter as long as you put 5 things within the house. Now, furniture is relatively hard to get, but I love the fact that you guys can use fish and bugs in order to populate that and cash in on the Horde Reward of an easy 300 miles. Now, of course, this next one is going to be really easy. If you guys have been counting, we're well over 5,000 miles in total. So now that you guys have all these bugs in your pockets, head on over to the outside of your house and simply throw them down by going into the menu and clicking on Place Item. Once you've done that for putting 10 items outside, you can easily cash this one for an additional 300. So there you have it, ladies and gents. That's over 5,000 Nook points that you guys can get very easily within the game. Now, once you have all of those Nook points and Nook Miles, you can head over here to Tom Nook, and what he's going to do is he's going to take them from you. He's going to congratulate you for doing such a great job, and he'll offer you the ability to upgrade your tent into a house. And this is going to be the very beginning of Animal Crossing. 98,000 bells in order to make a house. So good luck on that. Don't worry, I've got a tutorial coming out very soon on how you guys can earn the most bells within the game. So what do you guys think? Well, there you have it, ladies and gents, the fastest way to earn your 5,000 Nook Miles within the game. What did you guys think? Did you guys do it? Hopefully it didn't take you more than an hour. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button and share the video with a friend. We've got tons more tutorials that we're going to be working on very soon. The playlists are going to be in the description, so make sure you guys check that out. And if you guys enjoy watching live streams, definitely subscribe and turn on those notifications so that you guys can catch me live whenever we go through and play the game. I want to have you guys on board, so thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next tutorial. Take care.